how do you feel about regulations in HMOs? And do you think that they're well placed, or do you think they're a bit OTT? And how do you keep on top of them, because they're constant, aren't they?
It's absolutely crazy. Like, it seems like every 6 months to a year, there's a new regulation that's basically slapped on us that yes, you have to do that. And obviously, with more regulation comes more cost, which
Exactly.
then reduces profit, and then unfortunately that can reduce standards. So, but yeah, I think it's one of them. Like, there's landlords out there doing a fantastic job. I think the minority of landlords, and unfortunately there are some out there, do a terrible job, and they know it, and they're the ones that really should be getting clamped down on. I know that the government are giving the local councils more powers. So recently I found out that the local councils now have the power to basically fine a landlord, and they get 100% of that fine, whereas before I think it went into like a general pot, so there wasn't real motivation for the enforcers to really do anything. But now it's like, okay, well, we need money to regenerate the high street, we need it, so okay, so where are we going to get that? So in some ways though, that means that landlords are a target, and I just hope that they see it as the bad landlords are the target, for sure. But yeah, legislation again, if of course it's welcomed if it's needed. I understand about all the fire eggs, totally get that. There's a fire at Elephant and Castle, there's Glenfell. Obviously fires are absolutely devastating, they kill people, so I totally get that. But yeah, it's a tough one as a landlord, and again, working with landlords, it's tough to see, because yeah, if you had a graph and you had a time at the bottom and the amount of legislation, it would be like that. It would be so high.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it's just one of those things, and yet somehow these rogue landlords fall below the radar. They're still operating. You still see like 20 beds, 20 people in one. I see notifications like 20 people in one house in London. But again, it's all about the what the government's powers that they give out. And another thing that they can do now is give rent returns back, can't they? So the landlord has to get demanded. If you're caught with an illegal HMO, then you as a landlord have to pay back all of those gains that you've got back to your tenants. So yeah, hopefully that deters it. But again, there's always some people, unfortunately, that fall below under the radar on these things.